Star Wars got taken over by the feds? You don't say. Maybe that explains why it all f***ing sucks now. Star Wars fan sites are run by the feds, by Clownfish TV. Let's see what they got to say about it. This is insane.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon Geeky Sparkles. Not with me in this video. She is out and about today enjoying Memorial Day. And I'm sitting here recording videos, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna talk about Star Wars and the CIA. And this I about fell out of my chair when I saw this. I got to give a hat tip to Pimp Master Broda, who sent this to me.
That's a hell of a name. Not gonna lie.
Apparently, the CIA was using fake Star Wars fan sites to talk to spies.
What the fuck? Why? That's insane. Why Star Wars?
I'm not even kidding. This is crazy, right? I mean, I understand this sort of thing happens, but now I have to wonder how many of these websites, how many of these media sites, nerd sites that are out there are perhaps being used by the government either as means of communication, or maybe they're trying to ensnare someone and trap someone. Maybe they're trying to do a psyop or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
or maybe they're just like ingrained in everything that comes out of Hollywood.
it's like you can't trust anybody anymore. But let's talk about the weird, wild world of the CIA using Star Wars sites to talk to spies. And this is kind of crazy. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, check out news.clownfishtv.com, please, in case YouTube forgets about us, because YouTube is forgetting about a lot of people these days. They're changing everything. Maybe it's all a government psyop or something.
It is 100%. The government is involved in YouTube and is suppressing people like us.
I don't know. Trying to program us all, right? So yeah, this is coming from Deserto, but they actually got it from, let's see, what's the original source? 404 Media. And 404 Media has their site paywalled, so I do not want to show their article, but they are the original source. And this is apparently the site in question. This is wild. Okay, so this is the
Yeah, that was that's internet government insane. It's all insane. Can't trust nothing, man. This is why it's things like this that just kill the internet. Makes me not want to go on these random websites, which already people don't go on. And apparently they're just, made up of chat rooms for the feds. You want to go and talk about your favorite movie, Shaun of the Dead, on an online forum with random people? You're probably talking to the CIA.
Article: the CIA secretly used a Star Wars fan site to talk to spies. Report. According to 404 Media, an amateur security researcher by the name of Ciro Santilli discovered a series of sites built by the CIA to covertly communicate with its informants.
Oh, they weren't even using the websites. They made the websites. That's fucking crazy, dude.
In other countries. Is this why so many of these articles on these websites are nonsensical? Because it's code.
Yeah, that explains it. IGN, government psyop.
One of those sites looked like a Star Wars fan page with the cartoon images of Yoda and C-3PO on it, along with advertisements for Xbox and Wii era video games. So this is a while ago. As well as Lego sets featuring items from the series. It was shut down after it was discovered by the Iranian authorities over a decade ago. So what's going to come out in 10 years from now? That's what I want to know. Is it going to come out 10 years from now that these websites that were attacking gamers, that they were actually government backed? Oh, wait, it's already come out that some of them are taking money from the government.
Yep. Knew it the whole time. Been saying it the whole fucking time. People have been telling me I'm crazy. And I am. But these people made me crazy, damn it.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know how far down the rabbit hole goes. It could be that all this stuff is just all about, messing with people, or, some kind of a spy program or something. I believe a lot of these watchdog media.
Everything that doesn't like us and everything that we don't like is a government psyop. You might think I'm crazy for thinking that, but so far, it's ringing true.
Watchdog websites are there to keep tabs on potentially problematic websites and online personalities in case they step out of line. Then you start the smear campaigns, right? Either it's a corporate motivation, like this is a competitor, we have to get rid of them because they're eating into our market share, or it is the government. You know, we can't have these people because it starts with them questioning.
And both sides, both types of those people shake hands behind closed doors and exchange money and secrets.
You know, too many lesbians in video games or whatever. When it ends with them calling to overthrow the government or some crazy shit like that. I mean, this is insane. But you know, being into the paranormal and you know, the weird, the strange and unusual. I myself am into the strange and unusual. Being into that sort of stuff, it is pretty wild to see what our government has done over the decades that we're aware of. We don't even know the extent of it, but you know, some of the stuff that they've done, like with, you know, research into, you know, psychic activity or, you know, remote viewing, that sort of thing, you know, UFOs, that's a whole rabbit hole in of itself. So honestly, fake Star Wars fan sites are like the most mild, normie thing I think that the CIA has done.
But I knew shit like this was going on, even though it's like bottom of the barrel problems that are happening. I knew it was going on. They're killing our culture and taking it over. They don't like people like us because we're problems. We're problematic. We're outside the masses. Outside the masses.
All right, so a group of CIA websites discovered by the researcher. When asked why he decided to investigate the network of CIA sites, he said it was because of his interest in Chinese politics, his penchant for TV adaptations of spy novels, and sticking it up to the CIA for spying on fellow democracies. That's what he said. The Star Wars fan site wasn't the only one the researcher found either. The publication said he discovered a comedian fan site, another about extreme sports, and a third about Brazilian music. Some of the sites reportedly appeared to target Germany, France, Spain, and Brazil, according to their language and content.
That's fucking insane. They're just taking over these fandoms all around the world and pretending that they're real websites, and it's really just spy communication software. And honestly, I think that's what all these people are anyway. All the people that are involved in Star Wars now, spy operation. Try and take down people like us and rebuild culture in a way that they see fit. Because we think too freely.
It reveals a much larger number of websites. It gives a broader understanding of the CIA's interests at the time, including more specific democracies, which may have been targeted, which were not previously mentioned.
Yeah, because they've been taken over by Marxists, and they want to overthrow the democracies. You know, I'm looking too much into this, I think. I think I'm looking too far into this.
And also a statistical understanding of how much importance they were giving to different zones at the time, and unsurprisingly, the Middle East comes up on top, said Ciro Santilli. The website's no longer active, just sends you. So when you visit the URL, it sends you to the CIA website. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's just absolutely insane. So
how did they let this one slip by? Actually, I have a theory. DEI made everybody there incompetent. I mean, you got smart people, but they're also incompetent smart people.
Here's Deserto's post. Let's see what the responses were like here. Grok, is this true? Zek says. Reports suggest the CIA used a Star Wars fan website, Star Wars Beyond the Unknown, to send hidden messages. 44 Media and Reuters. Reuters picked it up too. Some kid just trying to read about Darth Maul lore and accidentally uncovers a Cold War operation. This sounds like...
Yeah, that is fucking insane, though, to think about that, like, you accidentally might stumble on an actual military operation by accident. Because you're just wanting to see what's up with the Fairly Odd Parents news.
Like, this sounds like the plot of an 80s movie. This sounds like... Yeah, it sounds like War Games or something. Hold on, could the CIA get charged with illegally distributing music, or did Lucasfilm officially partner with them? There's no way in hell.
Well, they're part of the government, so you actually can't charge them with anything because the government doesn't hold the government accountable. That's how we got to this point with our government in the first place.
The way you think the law works is interesting, like pre 9/11 naivete. No, the CIA and those working for it cannot get charged because nobody will charge them. That's actually probably true.
True.
It's probably true. CIA ruined Star Wars confirmed. Why not just send them a message personally? Not surprised one bit. This person says live footage of CIA offices when men and women fall for gender war bait. Things that never happened. No, it could. Seems a little crazy. I heard of guys that organized huge drug deals through a model train aficionado forum by speaking in code. I'm shocked there aren't more examples of astroturfed fan clubs that are all just fronts. I
think that nobody pays attention to these websites. I think most people are on social media platforms now, so they're not accidentally stumbling upon this stuff, and they just see these websites and they're not interested in them. And that's perfect for the CIA.
I think that it happens a lot. I think it happens a lot in the nerd space. I don't know if it's the government per se, but I do believe corporations are behind a lot of the attacks on fandom.
Yeah, 100%. Just look at people like Alyssa Mercante and the people who follow her. That's the type of people, they go after people. And they go after companies who don't align with them politically yet. And scare them into aligning with them politically. Because regular people aren't going to go to these companies and scare them. People like Alyssa Mercante will. And they'll rally their freak viewers to also go and freak out these companies.
For whatever reason, either they're trying to force you to like the current thing, or it's a rival company trying to, sway people's opinions one way or the other. But I think a lot of it is astroturfed. I think it's a very insidious marketing plan. Speaking of Sidious, we've got Darth Sidious.
Yeah, and you got a whole bunch of bots attacking people online, being like, Assassin's Creed Shadows is 10 out of 10. What are you talking about? You're just insane. You're a bigot if you don't like this game.
Darth Sidious here, but some random teenager posting stuff. CIA thinks it's a hidden message. Force is strong with the government. Yeah. Some have been saying this, says Ronan. They were also using Star Wars in game chat to talk. The more you know. Yeah. I like Star Wars. What's he trying to tell us? Plot twist. Palpatine was just a misunderstood intelligence officer. And it's been discovered, whistle blown.
It is kind of ironic that the CIA is using Star Wars to communicate. Because Star Wars is all about the government being fucking evil and trying to take over everything.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, it really is making me wonder, especially the way that things are going. Currently, the government funding gets pulled and all of these nerd sites are kind of collapsing, right? They're all getting sold off. They're laying people off. Now, it could be that
yeah, what was it? Polygon? Didn't they just completely collapse because they lost all their government funding?
they were just given money just because, or it could be that they're given money to be useful at some point. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. But I do know that, when it comes to culture war stuff, I think there's definitely something elsewhere, something elusive.
Yeah, culture war stuff is all just propaganda from both sides, I think. I see it all the time. I see a lot of it. And I'm just out. I'm out of it. I'm out of all of this new culture. I don't know if I'm just getting old or if I'm just getting tired of all the pedo stuff and all the culture war stuff. I'm just sticking to all the retro and indie games. But guess what? The CIA is taking over those spaces. You're not even going to be able to talk about it online without accidentally talking to a Fed and giving them your information. That's all I got. Buy a t-shirt down there in the description. I'm out.